Well, we're stuck again. Our ignition switch, which is our key, is completely froze up. It's been getting stiff for a couple days. I just tried to oil it here, but it's not budging at all.
We planned to sail to the south end of Hawksbill Cay, then motor through a narrow cut that would lead us to Little Cistren Cay, where we were planning on anchoring for the next few days. The only problem was that the cut ended up having a really strong current of water pushing us out with the tide, making steering very difficult. There were also large rocks and shallow reefs that weren't clearly charted, which made us feel really uncomfortable about pressing through with the following tide.
Yeah, and there aren't any other boats here.
Yeah, this might be a little bit.
Maybe you should go back and then anchor and we can bring the dinghy over here.
There's another passage further south. I'm thinking maybe we'll just go to that one.
We decided to abort halfway through and turn back to Hawksbill Cay for another look at the charts and to reassess our options.
We are barely moving into tide. Slack tide, I wouldn't be so worried, but getting pushed into it like this is just a bit much.
After re-referencing the charts, we had three options to get to Little Cistren Cay. We could wait for slack tide and give the sketchy channel another try. We could motor south around Hawksbill Spit to a shallow sandy channel, or we could motor even further south around an even bigger spit of moving sands to a deep channel. The deep channel would have us arriving after dark, not great. And the shallow channel looked just a little bit too shallow for our 5-foot draft. So we decided to wait for slack tide and give the sketchy channel cut another go.
Since we had some time to kill waiting for slack tide, we took the opportunity to explore an island we thought we were going to pass right by. We swam ashore and climbed the small hill that overlooked the beach and the anchorage.
As always, the view from the top was absolutely breathtaking. I just never get tired of seeing the incredible shades of blue and white here in the Bahamas, and today it was accentuated with incredible greens of the island. I love the perspective of seeing our boat from land. It really strikes me how incredible it is to be where we are and see how small we are in this great big world.
we're stuck again. Our ignition switch, which is our key, is completely froze up. It's been getting stiff for a couple days. I just tried to oil it here, but it's not budging at all. It's just, the tumblers are totally froze. What happened when we were in that storm, the cockpit was awash and it just got, you know, completely submerged in salt water over and over. So it's just full of salt. It's actually brand new. I replaced all the switches just before we left so we wouldn't have this trouble, but obviously even a brand new switch can't handle a little bit of salt water. It's a good quality switch too. It's a name brand Colhurst switch made in the USA, all brass. Still couldn't handle the dunking in salt water. So I'm gonna see if I can bypass it with the 10 amp toggle switch here. So I gotta drill a hole for it and then rewire everything for the ignition to run through that switch. No matter how careful you are in your preparations, it's just gonna happen. He's so buried in here. Okay. Yep, that'll do. Use my screwdriver. This is the one tool we couldn't live without. I use a screwdriver like every 3 hours. I guess I should have kept the old switch. It was the exact same Colhurst switch. It was 30 years old. I just figured it was time for replacement, which it was. Guess it works. Seems to.
Well, good. That was an easy fix.
Yeah, not too bad, huh?
So I thought this was pretty interesting. If you look out on the horizon, you can see a tan line. That is the Little Hawksbill Spit. It's just a large body of sand. I think we'll probably go check that out tomorrow.
They're pretty shallow, but man's water's clear.
Alright, here we go. This is our second attempt of going through this cut. It's now slack tide, so hopefully we won't have any issues or problems going through here.
We didn't film the really narrow, sketchy portion of the cut because it required our absolute full attention to keep from running onto the rocks. But even before the tricky section where we did film, you can see how shallow and difficult it is to navigate in this section. We backtracked a couple of times looking for deeper water and eventually picked our way through by sight. In narrow shifting channels like this, the charts are really of limited benefit.
Alright, we're just arriving to Little Cistren Cay. It actually looks like a really fun island.
We finally made it to Little Cistren Cay, just in time for another beautiful Bahamas sunset. Anchored all alone with this tiny island all to ourselves, we were able to enjoy the reward of all our efforts to get here. Part of the fun of cruising is finding out-of-the-way places on the charts and then journeying to them and finding they are even more incredible than you imagined.